sweep the leg.
What is happening, good people of YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're back here in Car Mechanic Simulator Route 66 Auto, and it's an exciting episode. As always, we have got these two wonderful cars here. There's a BMW M1 supercar thingy, which is really amazing. And then we've got this sheriff car that is also very amazing. And we found this in the junkyard, and we have got to fix this thing up. Somebody's going to want to buy it. It's a collector's item. And that's what we're going to do in today's video. We are going to restore this, looks like a Chevy Caprice sheriff's car. We're going to do it up right. But before we get into that, you know what we got to do at the beginning of every episode? We got to go to the junkyard. All right, here we are at the junkyard, and we are putting this baby in sprint mode. And wow, there are no cars here. I don't see any cars here at the junkyard. Oh, there's one. Oh, that's a pretty cool car. It's like a Camaro. It is a Bolt Hornet, also known as a Chevy Camaro. Tell you what, not enough for us to take back to the shop. Although it does pique our interest. Let's keep looking. All right, here's a van. Not that exciting. We're gonna move right along. I tell you what, I've only seen those two cars so far. This is not a very successful trip to the junkyard. There is nothing around here. All right, here we go. Here's another car. Looks beautiful. Maybe an Oldsmobile, maybe a Chevy. I really don't know. It's an Edgewood Hellcat. I mean, this thing is awesome. I love these old cars. Taking a look, buy it for $6,500. Estimated car value $8,223. I mean, we're already making a profit just by buying the car. I tell you what, maybe this is one that we put back at the shop. I mean, look, it's got a little cutout here. Maybe we could have a little blower coming out. Oh boy, that would be awesome. I tell you what, we're gonna buy it. Buying the car for $6,500. Let's go ahead and put it back at the garage. All right, we bought a car. Congratulations to us. And I think that is really gonna be it. I mean, I don't see any other cars here at the junkyard. So, I mean, we got an Edgewood Hellcat. It's something to do back at the shop. We'll add it to our list of projects. And sadly, that is it. No more cars at the junkyard today. Let's go ahead back to the shop. We're gonna restore that sheriff's car. All right, back here at the shop, here is the sheriff's car. And over there, we've got the Edgewood Hellcat, which is such a cool car, and this BMW. Let's go ahead and go into examination mode, and we are going to get all the free experience points from this car. All right, well, it looks like we've already been in examination mode, and we've already examined the car. So let's go back into normal mode here, and let's transfer this thing to the car wash. All right, there we are in the car wash. We're washing the car. I mean, this is the typical old school brown sheriff's car. I mean, that is awesome. Now let's go ahead and do the inside. All right, there it is. The inside's clean enough. The outside's clean enough. And what a hunk of crap this is. Let's move it into the garage. And there we go. It's in the garage. Let's go ahead and pull the welder over to bay number 1. Let's go ahead and weld this thing here. All right, it's going to cost us $1,000, but that's fine. Bank account right now, $220,000. And we're going to put the welder back, and we're going to lift this car up, and let's go ahead and drain out any oil that's in there, because we certainly don't want to get fined for splashing oil all over our face. All right, oil pan is moved to bay number 1. Let's go ahead and drain out all the equipment. And okay, not much oil in there, but you got to check. If you don't check, you'll end up with oil all over your face. All right, tell you what we're going to do. We are going to take the tires off and set them aside, and then get a better look at what kind of suspension we are working with here. All right, wheel number 2 coming off. I tell you what, these wheels look awful. Pretty sure we're gonna have to replace all of them. I mean, the wheels and tires looking really rough so far. Uh-oh, and here it is. What do we have? It's our first stuck nut of the episode. That's right, lube it up. There it is, stuck nut removed, tire wheel removed, and this is the last one that we got here. Let's go ahead and pull this baby off. And I'm surprised, only one stuck nut in all of the tires. Yeah, it's got to be some sort of record. All right, suspension-wise, actually, it doesn't look too bad under here. But we are going to rip out the entire suspension of the entire car, fix what we can, replace what we can't, put all new brakes on, and let's go ahead and take care of tearing this apart, and then we can see what we have to repair. All right, the entire suspension has been ripped off the car, front and back. And I'll tell you what, first things first, before I forget, I always forget this step. Let's go to the spring puller and let's separate the front suspension pieces. All right, there we go. Both front suspension pieces are all separated. Next thing, let's go ahead to the brake lathe because I always forget this too. And let's go ahead and lathe up these brakes. We've got front and rear that we're going to do. And they should be able to be repaired to 100%. All right, putting in brake number 2. And looks like we left the wrench down there. I mean, look, we're gonna leave it there. Maybe somebody else put it there. Here at Route 66 Auto, it's all about convenience. So maybe this is somebody's conveniently placed wrench. I'm not gonna mess up the process. Tell you what, while we're standing here, let's go ahead at the repair table. And we are going to try and repair every single piece that we can. Here we go. All right, there it is. I'll tell you what. That was a pretty good run there. As we're finishing up these brakes on the brake lathe, I just repaired probably 98% success rate there on the repair table. And while this brake lathe is finishing up, I'm going to go into the inventory and mark all of the pieces that still need to be repaired or replaced. I'm going to put them in our inventory so we can just go into the shop and buy them. All right, so I went to the inventory. All of the pieces that were still in need of repair or replacement have been added to the shopping list. I'm going to go into the shopping list right now and we're going to go ahead and buy all of the pieces that are listed. And it's not a big list. Did pretty good repairing these parts, if I do say so myself. All right, I bought all the parts. Now back over to the spring puller. We're going to add on some of these parts here. We got front shock absorbers being done right now. All right, let's go ahead and pull those off. Do another set of front shock absorbers. And there we go. Now let's do the rear. I guess we don't do the rear. The rear goes on separately. Huda. All right, well, that should be it. Let's go back to the suspension. We're going to add all of the pieces. And I guess we'll start with the rear drive axle here. All right, rear suspension all put back together, and while it was under there, I noticed that there are some exhaust parts and pieces that need to be replaced as well. So we're going to add some of these to the shopping list. Middle mufflers, We got exhaust pipe C, and then we've got rear mufflers. And then up front here, we've got catalytic converters. We got 2 of those. And then we got front exhaust pipes. So we've added all the exhaust parts to the shopping list. And we'll go ahead and buy those as soon as we get the front suspension put back in. All right, that should be it. Front suspension should be all on. I'll tell you what I want to do before I forget. I am going to buy some of this exhaust stuff. And we're going to buy some performance parts here. Make this little sheriff's car go a little bit faster than previously went. All right, putting some of this exhaust stuff together. And performance parts being put on here. I think that's pretty cool. And we don't want to go too far up with the front exhaust pipes because we're just going to have to take them back off. All right, swing around underneath it here and let's put these rear mufflers on. All right, there it is. Exhaust is put on, the suspension in the front and the rear has been replaced. We're going to get under here and try and take off the gearbox. That's one thing that we have to take off before the engine can come out. And we are going to go ahead and take this gearbox off. There we go. And I think that's the only thing preventing the engine from coming out. I got to tell you, look, there's not a whole lot in the engine. So it looks like we're probably going to have to buy a whole new engine. But let's go ahead and lower the car down. We're going to get that engine out of there and start working on it. All right, let's let the engine crane do the job it was designed to do. And let's get that engine out of there. There it is. The engine is out of the car. And wow, that's a pretty cool sight. Going over to the engine stand. Let's go ahead and put the engine on there. And there it is. Not a whole lot of parts and pieces on this engine, I tell you. And let's go ahead and rotate this thing and take a look at the underneath. And we're going to have to take some of this transmission off. And I tell you what, I think even if all of these pieces are salvageable, I think we're going to want to replace some of the pieces inside this engine with some performance parts because that's a fun thing to do here at Route 66 Auto. All right, everything has been removed and stripped down. Let's go to the repair table and let's see how good we are at repairing these parts. Well, that's it. And that didn't take long. It was only like 4 parts and we repaired all of them. So what we're going to do now is we are going to rebuild the entire engine from the ground up. That way we can put it back in this car. And this thing is going to be one step closer to being sold to somebody as a collector's item and put in their garage. All right, well, I've put this engine back together, but the one thing that I have noticed is that I didn't put in any spark plugs, and I'm trying to figure out where they would fit in here. I didn't see any indication for them, but I know that they're in there somewhere. They gotta be. So I have a feeling I'm gonna have to take apart some of this engine and figure out where the spark plugs go. All right, well, it says the engine's at 100%. I don't see spark plugs, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb about engines, which is possible. Very possible here. All right, the engine's back in the car with no spark plugs. Let me know in the comments down below. What the hell am I doing wrong? I mean, am I missing something? Are there no spark plugs in this engine? All right, we're just gonna take a look here through the list of parts. Yeah, there they are, spark plugs and ignition coils. I know they're in there. All right, well, you know what? We're gonna pull the engine back out. We're gonna find the spark plugs. We're gonna find the ignition coils. And we're gonna put them in there. Then we're gonna put the engine back in here. Oh boy, I don't even know what we're doing here at Route 66 Auto. All right, well, I must be some kind of idiot, but I found where the spark plugs go. I was also missing the ignition coils, which you can see are topped in red, and the throttle up on top here. I was missing the throttle. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Maybe here at Route 66 Auto, they didn't get enough sleep last night. I mean, it could be. All right, so we're gonna take the engine back over here. Now that it's all fixed up, we're gonna pop this thing in the car, and there it is, 100% engine. Plop it on in there, and that is awesome. I did put a couple performance parts in the engine to give it a little pep in its step. I mean, you know, when you're chasing the perps around town, you're gonna wanna be able to catch them, I think. I don't know. Leave in the comments down below, do you wanna catch the perps when you're chasing them around town? All right, another thing I did, I went into the engine cavity here, put in a new battery, put in the power steering fluid, reservoir, windshield washer fluid, coolant, brake fluid, all that good stuff. I put in a performance air filter and a new radiator and fan. Now, one thing I have to do is the fuse box. And what I like to do here is just go around and add all of the little fuses to the shopping list. That way I can just go in and buy them all, and then come back here and plug them all in. All right, I'm gonna go in the tablet and I am gonna buy all of those parts right now. All right, there we go, that should do it. All of the fuses have been bought. Now we are gonna put these things in here and we should be good to go. After we put all these fuses in here, the engine will be done, the suspension will be done, the exhaust is pretty much done. We're gonna have to put the last bits and pieces of the exhaust on. And the only thing left to do at that point is the body work. Well, that's it. Fuse box cover is on. All the fuses are good. While we're in the engine here, we are going to fill up the fluids. Go ahead and start with the brake fluid here. Brake fluid is very important if you want to stop a car. And now we're going to fill up the engine oil because you need oil to drive the car. And speaking of driving the car, now is a perfect time to ask yourself the question of the day. Are you subscribed to the channel? And if the answer is no, stop what you're doing right now and subscribe to the channel. I don't even know what the hell you're waiting for. And don't forget, hit that bell notification so you're notified of all the content coming out. And hit the like button. I mean, even if you didn't like the video, you gotta hit it. It's part of the YouTube rules. And leave your comments down below. Doesn't even matter what you say. Last bit of fluid here being topped off is the coolant, although I think I forgot the power steering fluid, so we're gonna have to check on that. Yep, power steering fluid needs to be added. Let's go ahead and do that. And that's the last fluid that we need here in this old Caprice sheriff's car thing. All right, all the fluids are in. All of the pieces in the engine are together. The suspension's together. Man, that is awesome. And now the only thing we need to do is this body work. Let's take this engine crane and move this. Get the hell out of here. All right, we ripped all the body panels and pieces off of the car, and we also went inside. We ripped out the seats, the steering wheel, because we got to replace those too. Let's go into the repair table and let's see which pieces and parts we can actually repair. All right, only one piece failed. Everything else was a success. A huge success, if I do say so myself. Now we're going to put the body panels back on. We're going to start with the interior. Let's go ahead and put the interior together and then the body panels. Here goes a brand new bench in the back. We got the 2 front seats going in up top. We're going to use the classic steering wheel for the Overking. Looks about right. And there it is. The interior is done. Now let's go ahead and slap on all the body parts. Starting at the front. Well, there she is. All of the body panels are put back on. New headlights, tail lights. Man, that thing is looking pretty sweet. New glass all the way around. And I put some license plates on there. I don't know, I picked just a white license plate. ACT. I think that's Australian, but who cares? Nobody's going to ask. All right, the only thing to do now is just lift this bad boy back up, put the wheels and tires back on, and there she goes, up, up, and away. And we're going to have to get this exhaust put back together. Front exhaust pipes going back on. And then we're going to put the gearbox back on. There it is. New gearbox going back on. And I think that is going to do it. Oh, we forgot about the starter. Can't forget about the starter. Let's go and buy one of those. There she is. $80 for the starter. Go ahead and buy that. And let's slap that on here. But bam, there it is. Got to put the drive shaft back in, and we are getting close here. Can you smell it? I mean, I sure can, and I don't even know what it smells like. All right, let's lower this thing down. There was one piece in the engine that I forgot, the ECU unit. So we got to lift up this hood here, and it's hiding right down here, ECU Type A, and I don't have the necessary part. I got to buy it. All right, ECU Type A going in, and there it is. All right, that should be everything. Let's go ahead and slap these wheels and tires on. Now, I bought all new wheels because, of course, it needed them, and I was able to fix all of the old rims. And here is rim and tire number 1 going on. All black with a silver center cap. There it is. Man, that looks pretty serious right there. All right, let's go around the car and replace all of these. And I think we're ready for the paint shop. Wow, look at that. Look at how mean that looks. I mean, you don't want to see this thing cruising up behind you when you're driving down the road. You are in some trouble. I mean, unless you aren't doing anything wrong, then you're not in trouble. There is one more addition here that we have to add. Right here, it's a bonus part. We got police lights, yeah! Look at this thing. That is absolutely awesome. So cool looking. This game is absolutely cool. So I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and check the car status. We are at 100%, and as far as parts go, we're only at 90%. I wonder why that is. Well, we're gonna have to take a look here. Something's not right. We're at 97%. We gotta be at 100%. Oh, clips and a fuel pump. We need 4 clips and a fuel pump. Where in the hell are those gonna be? I mean, I'm guessing there it is. Yeah, the clips are gonna be on the air filter. And I'm going to have to go buy 4 clips. I think the fuel thing is going to be by the gas tank. And it's always something annoying at the end of a build like this. All of a sudden you realize you've forgotten a clip or something dumb. But that's all right. Have no fear, because the clips are here. I mean, just saying. All right, we got to lift the car back up to get to this gas tank. All right, here's a brand new fuel pump, 120 bucks. Let's go ahead and buy it, and then we'll throw it right in here. There it is, all done. Car status now shows we are at 100% complete for this car. All the fluids are in. Everything is up and running. Let's get this bad boy to the paint shop. All right, here it is. Look at this. We could do a red dot police. Wow, that actually looks pretty cool. And then there's the sheriff's car. Now, I guess because that's the way we found it. Oh my God, we can do a taxi. Holy crap. I kind of like the idea of the sheriff's car because that is the way we found it. and we are restoring it the way we found it. So let's go ahead and do this. Oh, and there we go, painting the car. Look at it in all of its glory. It's a fully restored sheriff's car, and that is awesome. We're gonna move this car into the dyno, and let's go ahead and start and proceed with the dyno test. Original horsepower, 265 pound-feet of torque. We did put a couple performance pieces in here. Let's see what the end result is going to be. 346 horsepower and 398 pound-feet of torque. This thing's going to catch all the bad guys. I'm just saying. All right, putting the car in the test path. We're going to do the wheel alignment here. I mean, nobody wants to start pulling over bad guys and with your wheels all wobbling around. You can't go about arresting people all willy-nilly, can you? I don't know. Leave it in the comments down below. All right, alignment is done. Let's go ahead and fix those headlights. Not a whole lot of adjusting that is needed on these headlights. There we go. Bam! This car is all done. Headlights, dyno test, alignment. Only one thing left to do, and that's give this car one final wash on the inside and the outside. And then we are gonna flip it around, put it on the market. Let's see who wants to buy it and how much they want to buy it for. And there it is. Take a picture of it because it ain't gonna be sitting here very long. Fully restored sheriff's car here at Route 66 Autos. The sky is the limit on what we're gonna restore. And take a look. We're gonna sell this thing for $85,222. It's gonna give us a big old profit. And let's check out our bank account balance after we sell this car. Yes, we do want to sell it for $85,222. Oh, bam, there it's gone. Our bank account is up to $278,484. And you know, we started this build with about $220,000, so about a $58,000 or so we made in that flip, and that is absolutely awesome. And speaking of awesome, we have two awesome cars here that we need to restore. We've got this amazing BMW, which I cannot wait to get into that. And then we've got this, whatever the hell this is. It's awesome. It's a Edgewood Wildcat or whatever the hell this thing was called. I'm really not sure. But we got both of these cars to get into, and we're going to do that in another episode. Also, if you take a look at our orders, we do have another story mission that we can do. This one is a Mitsubishi Evo, so we could do that in the next episode too. The sky's the limit. I mean, leave it in the comments down below. What the hell are we going to do in the next episode? Or you can just leave it up to me, and I will draw straws and flip coins, roll dice, and randomize, and do all the things that I need to do to make a decision. And speaking of decisions, I'm glad you decided to watch this video. And I want to thank you for watching this video. And I want to talk to you about the next video because it's going to be awesome. So do all the things you got to do at the end of a YouTube video. Subscribe and hit the buttons and the notifications and all the things. And I mean, you know what you got to do. Just do it. What the hell are you waiting for? But most importantly, thank you guys for letting me be a part of your day. It means a lot. And we are going to see what the hell is that. There are Easter eggs on top of our thing. I never noticed that. I don't know. Were they there the whole time? What is happening here at Route 66 Auto? I don't know. We're celebrating Easter. And there's an Easter egg up there on the sign. This is getting crazy. And we'll see you guys in the next video.